Arise Palm Resort to open for investors in September 2026. Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps intercepts illegal ethanol trucks, hands over suspects to NAFDAC. Plus NOA and INEC deepen partnership on voter civic education ahead of 2027 elections. A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us on the news at 7. My name is Dianime Uko. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times channel 103 and on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Do all to follow us on these platforms so you can see our recent engagements. Marketing for prospective investors on course as Akwa Ibom State Government sets September 2026 for the inauguration of Arise Palm Resorts. This came to the fore as Governor Umoino inspects the level of work on the project. Clement Barikui has details.
The inspection exercise is part of the July project delivery meeting, a forum where government reviewed the performance and status of all projects spread across the state. Expressing satisfaction with the level of work already done, Governor Umoino urged contractors not to allow the rainy season to delay delivery of the project. Governor assured that the state government has developed a sustainability plan to ensure the resort is properly maintained after inauguration, noting that poor maintenance has undermined many public projects across Africa.
Barring the rain, which should not be an excuse, because anyone who watches the weather will not sow. That's what the Bible says. So we should be able to meet up. Maintenance and sustainability is always a problem. So that is being critically addressed with all of the things we're doing. I can assure you that by the grace of God, sustainability will not be a problem because we have sustainability plans already.
The project's contractor, Mr. Faisal Hab, said operators will begin taking over completed sections of the facility in August ahead of the September inauguration, while Destination Marketing Manager Mrs. Stella Fubara disclosed that marketing and operational preparations are already underway.
In August, they will give them most of the facilities for them to test from. Like the apartment, they are ready even today for them to take over. The restaurants, all the restaurants they are almost ready for them to also take over.
The conversation on marketing started last year as soon as the governor's vision and infrastructure was already in place. The operators of this Arise Palm Resort are on ground. All operations and commencement with vendors and bidding and people to come in here to work has already started. So we are ready as soon as the facility is handed over to us.
The Arise Palm Resort is one of the flagship projects of the Umoino administration, designed to boost tourism, attract investment, and create jobs in Akwa Ibom State. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
To security matters, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Akwa Ibom State Command, has handed over 6 suspects and 2 trucks containing 45,000 liters of ethanol each to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC. This is in line with the law and regulatory practice as ethanol and related products fall under the regulatory purview of NAFDAC. Etienne Oibanga reports.
On Tuesday, June 23 and Saturday, June 27, 2026, operatives of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in the state, acting on credible intelligence, intercepted and impounded 2 trucks suspected to be laden with adulterated ethanol believed to have been loaded from an illegal source in 2 separate operations. Following the completion of preliminary investigations, Akwa Ibom State Commandant of the NSCDC handed over the 2 trucks and suspects to NAFDAC for further investigation and necessary regulatory action.
Consequently, we wrote to NAFDAC to authenticate the license and documents presented by the suspect. The veracity of the license was confirmed with a request that the product, suspect, and conveying vehicle should be handed over to NAFDAC for necessary regulatory investigation, including sampling and laboratory analysis to ascertain identity quality, composition, and compliance with relevant standards.
We for NAFDAC, safeguarding the health of the nation is what we do. That's one of our mandates. And so for products like this, though they might have the listing certificate to move such products, but for product like this, we need to sample the product, do laboratory analysis to find out if the ethanol had been contaminated, but there has to be contaminants on such product, because this kind of product could be used to manufacture other products.
The NSCDC says it remains committed to working closely with NAFDAC and all relevant stakeholders to rid Akwa Ibom State of the menace of adulterated and unsafe consumable products. Highlights of the events included official handover of the 2 trucks and documents to NAFDAC. In Uyo, Etienne Ibanga.
We'll take our first commercial break in the news. More stories when we return. Stay with us.
Mind-blowing innovation in hospitality. Tastefully furnished rooms and apartments, cozy restaurant with local and continental dishes, exquisite bar, standard laundry and car wash, free Wi-Fi and 24-hour spa and water supply. Feel the superior quality of hospitality and luxury as you unwind and relish the comfort of life, all at the Silver Luxury Hotel, managed by Joy Hymns Limited, Itiam Utep Street, Plot 100 Units L, with Housing Estates, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For inquiries and reservations, please call 0806 840 1220 or 0701 661 7341. The Silver Luxury Hotel, oasis of comfort.
It has happened again to NTA.
Wow, it's big,
it's unique,
it's exciting.
NTA Channel 12 Akaitan and Road Uyo, your dependable station, has come up with another prize.
Oya NTA Uyo Arena for your wedding receptions, birthday parties, child dedication and other events.
And enjoy full coverage and airing of your event on NTA Uyo at no additional cost.
You can't have this anywhere. For inquiries, call
Iko on 0703 018 5002.
Edidion on 0803 390 3521. NTA Uyo Arena. Let the world share in your happiness.
You're welcome back. Now to the rest of our stories. The Director General of the National Orientation Agency, NOA, Malam Lanre Issa Onilu, has reaffirmed the agency's commitment to strengthening collaboration with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to deepen voter and civic education, promote patriotism, and increase citizens' participation in Nigeria's democratic process ahead of the 2027 general elections. Speaking during a courtesy visit to the chairman of INEC, Professor Joash Amopiton, at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, Issa Onilu said democracy thrives only when citizens are adequately informed and actively participate in the electoral process. The NOA Director General thanked the INEC chairman and members of the Commission for the warm reception and commends the Commission for its efforts in strengthening Nigeria's electoral system. He called for a decentralized grassroots voter education campaign that would explain not only when Nigerians should vote, but why their votes matter, and how modern electoral technology safeguards the integrity of the process. Both organizations expressed confidence that closer institutional collaboration would strengthen civic consciousness, improve voter participation, and enhance the credibility of Nigeria's democratic process ahead of the 2027 general elections. In this next report, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has passed 2 executive bills establishing the Ibom Broadcasting Corporation and the State Emergency Medical Services and Ambulances System Agency. Assembly correspondent Nsikak Okun reports that the bills were considered after presentation and adoption by the committee's reports by the chairman. The report.
According to the report by Chairman, House Committee on Information and member representing Ikore-Ikpene-Oborokara State Constituency, Jerry Otu says stakeholders overwhelmingly support the establishment of Ibom Broadcasting Corporation, describing it as a timely reform that would modernize the state broadcasting framework and align with contemporary broadcasting realities.
The committee made the following observations in the course of its assignment. 1. That when given legislative support, the corporation will be enhanced to acquire and to create modern broadcasting technologies, expand its mandate to extend services beyond Akwa Ibom State to enhance its national reach and competitiveness, strengthen editorial standards by requiring accuracy, impartiality, objectivity, and compliance with professional broadcasting regulations, and promote inclusive governance through the introduction of organized labor representation on the governing board.
On the Akwa Ibom State Emergency Medical Services and Ambulances System Agency, the committee chairman and member representing Ibom State Constituency, Moses Essien, says the executive bill received extensive stakeholders' participation and valuable memoranda, which informed its recommendations.
The committee observed that the bill, when passed into law, will ensure the effective administration and management of emergency medical care services and ambulance systems throughout the state. 2. Provide prompt, accessible, and efficient emergency medical care to persons in need of such services.
After close considerations, the bills were adopted at the Committee of the Whole and subsequently passed. The Speaker, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Udelmotong, directed the Clerk of the House, Nsikak Obong Orok, to communicate the resolution of the Assembly to Governor Omoino for assent in accordance with the constitutional provisions. Nsikak Okon, NTA News.
We take another commercial break. More stories when we return. Stay with us.
Water is life. Aqua Cardinali Water provides the highest quality drinking water. Aqua Cardinali Water is owned by the Catholic Diocese of Uyo, produced and packaged by Cadisem Enterprises Nigeria. It is available in 19 liters dispenser jar, 60 cl sachet, 50 cl and 75 cl table water. Visit Aqua Cardinali Water at number 34 Dominic Utuk Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Drink Aqua Cardinali Water, certified by NAFDAC and Standard Organization of Nigeria. Call 0903-288-2958. Aqua Cardinali Water. Drink pure. Stay healthy.
Roseville Hotel. Come, feel the luxury of our contemporary hotel. We offer lodging and accommodation. Stay at our deluxe executive and luxury suite for your comfort. Experience extravagant dining and delicious meals by expert chef. Lounge at our exquisite VIP bar. Enjoy 24 hours power supply with free Wi-Fi services. Our security system is top-notch to ensure your safety. Ample parking space and laundry services available. The ambience is serene to make your stay memorable. We are located at number 1 Julius Badger Road off House of Assembly Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For reservations, call 070-650-41139. Roseville Hotel, hospitality at its best.
Welcome back. Stroke is one of the leading causes of death and long-term disability Yet, many Nigerians still believe it is caused by spiritual attacks or other myths. These misconceptions often delay people from seeking urgent medical care, reducing the chances of recovery. Health experts in this report explain the real causes of stroke and steps Nigerians can take to reduce the risk. This report will come to you in a subsequent bulletin. To other stories now. Residents of Uyo are raising concerns over the high cost of house rents by some house owners across the state capital, Uyo. Joy Ubani reports that with the 100% increments, some residents say the situation is becoming increasingly difficult, adding to the economic pressure already faced by low-income earners.
Securing affordable accommodation is gradually becoming a huge challenge for many residents of Uyo. A visit to some residential areas show a noticeable increase of over 100% or more increment the cost of accommodation.
Uyo is a very peculiar case. You don't have so many sources of employment in Uyo, and yet housing is increasing because factors are out of people's hands.
Residents say apartments that previously cost between 300 and 400,000 naira annually are now being rented for as much as 800,000 naira and above.
If government wants to improve on the rent situation in the metropolitan, should come out with a master plan and assist those who want to build their house. A bag of cement, as I'm talking, is about 1,000. So if you buy a bag of cement and build a house, maybe for 20 million, somebody comes to hire the house, how much will you charge?
However, some house owners attribute the increase as being largely influenced by the rising cost of building materials and property maintenance.
Because of the price of the cement and other materials are making the landlords to increase the rent of their houses.
I don't have any room to increase that. The first two tenants that work with government, so the rest have not worked with government, so they don't experience salary increment.
We urge the government to solicit and then plead with the house owners to at least allow us to stay in this Uyo, and then we should pay a little amount than for them to keep on telling us every year they will increase their house rent.
We are not happy. Let government come in and help us.
I hope government should do something about it so that we the poor can breathe.
An economist from the University of Uyo explains that the situation reflects the border inflationary trend currently affecting the Nigerian economy.
Those that own houses, that is their source of income. So they are also reviewing the weight of what to match up with the current economic reality.
The experts also called for stronger policies that will encourage affordable housing development and ease the burden on citizens.
If government want to intervene, they can do mass housing. Then they can say 3-bedroom flat for accommodation is this, to cushion the effect. But people cannot go to bank and get loan at over 30% to build house. Then they will die without recovering the cost of their investment. The rent is part of the economic reality.
As the cost of housing continues to rise, residents are calling for urgent measures to address the situation and make accommodation more affordable for low and middle income earners. In Uyo, Joy Ubani, NTA.
And that wraps it up on the English segment of the news. But before we go, a recap of our major stories. Arise Palm Resorts has completed plan to open for investors in September 2026. Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has intercepted illegal ethanol trucks and handed over suspects to NAFDAC. You also heard in the news that the NOA and INEC have deepened partnership on voter civic education ahead of 2027 elections. That's the news. The video translation comes up shortly. Please stay with us.
Fautomo diangente a Rice Palm Resort ya bere ke fion September nombono wo edra ke nambu bere. Fautom NSCDC e mai mom troga kai kai nya ya mo eno navda. Fautom no aye ainek e diana ken bak e tu mukpem ko nombono wo ke banga ke ufi wo bok. Akwai ummi ko mo yang mero Charity James box pe bere ke bendu sem fon ba kre yang ko fon sen ni no fen ke mbok ndu bre yom fonem. Enam no edion ke e ya bere ite koto kwa Palm Resort ke fion September iswa min ba mbono wo e dok e ke nambu bege e ke nam no edion mi da governor nyen umo eno ake karado adiki se na enamutumdo e ke tre anyema sanga se ndara utum do ayon anam no edion ke na sopu bo utum re ke tre afoniti ete anyema word inimesen ko ke abanga ke na utum akai sudo governor nyena matanke ukara state nyen idisio anyeni pong Aqua Palm Resort ke emai tong tumdo me contractors akama kutumuru anyamodo ete fasal hab ama tanke mbono wo e ya tong adiboy itie mo ke fion August ba haturu mo e kan tong adina mbobere mo ke afion September iswami. Ufautom civil defense ke Kwaibom state ema emam troga kai kaiba enyo esana mo e yare no mbon navdak ammo ema emam awi tioke sikiben idioga kai kayame enyo yare mo eno navdak nko ammo ke enamami akene mbed Nigeria yese mbed Nigeria tang kebanga ke man nte kai kai ammo ke mamami ngoro mendiria yeman ammi fonno boganam no idioga kedo ufautom Kedu ifio te mo ake mwa mo no ekan ekrunen ku te me enyon mom trok akai kai ndien ke kai kai ke mammi ake ro tai ri omo ufo utum NSCDC tanke mi mai da kem pariba adidia na ye navdak ngorom mu fo utum fen ku te mari kan boke esion a fre fen dioy yembiangan di ankoro amwon po ke stenian ukang ni tie ntibi tre rundu bre yom feneme to kang fen a series.